In response to the growing number of brands and vehicles joining the rugged SUV or crossover markets, Subaru had to make a splash of their own and reiterate just how committed they are to being the brand Americans can depend on as being the one manufacturer that prioritizes utility, practicality, and family friendliness. With Ford introducing the Bronco Sport and Jeep making great strides with the Renegade and Compass, it was time for the Forester to receive its own upgrade to take on the new challengers. The Wilderness badge isn't just for decoration, it's a step forward, and a way to create a sub-brand that allows Subaru to design and craft better equipped crossovers that can take on a variety of terrain, give adventurers the capability that they're craving, while at the same time still being a comfortable daily driver for weekday commutes and weekend road trips. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Whenever a new trim is introduced, there has to be incentives for consumers to want to purchase this iteration of an already pre-existing model, besides unique badging and changes to the overall exterior design. Since 2020, with the arrivals of the Crosstrek Sport and Outback Wilderness, Subaru has done a fantastic job setting these off-road friendly variants apart and offering a good package where you potentially save some money, but you'll also receive the comfort and convenience features that make it worth buying over other trims. Standard for the Wilderness, you're greeted by heated, water-resistant fabric seats that we find is more comfortable than the leather upholstery in the Touring, and it will be easier to clean if you have pets or children. Found in most Foresters is a secondary screen that sits above the infotainment system, but exclusive to the Wilderness is a front-facing camera that you can use on the trails, and it can double as another angle when parking in a tight spot. And speaking of parking, reverse automatic braking is standard to go along with a rear backup camera with trajectory. Optional, you can upgrade to an 8-inch touchscreen with onboard navigation. This package will also include the Harman Kardon premium audio system and a power liftgate to give you better access to the rear cargo area. Also new for 2022, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility will help eliminate the clutter with the charging cables, but you still may need them as Subaru still hasn't implemented a wireless phone charging pad. Considering the Wilderness is a mid-level trim, the features that you receive is pretty impressive, which adds some appeal for this crossover. The Subaru Forester has been around for many years, but with a lack of wholesale changes, many could claim that this compact crossover is plain and possibly even uninspiring, as it's not meant to turn heads. It's a workhorse that gets the job done, but it certainly doesn't have the same appeal as a Jeep or even the new Ford Bronco Sport. Now at the Wilderness, the Forester to a degree has been transformed, with its aggressive plastic cladding to inspire off-road driving, and the 2022 model also ushers in a slightly new look to the front fascia with redesigned LED headlights and a trim-exclusive grille. And with the hexagonal accents that can be found on the side mirrors and outlining the rear window, this crossover draws attention now on the roadways. A bit trendy, this Forester comes with unique Wilderness badges found both on the exterior and interior, and you have the ability to choose eye-opening colors not offered on other trims. We all know that Subarus are capable vehicles and have been the brand many buyers in colder regions have chosen to get them through harsh winters. What the Wilderness trim does is reinforce the notion that these crossovers aren't just reasonable and economical. They can be fun to drive, cool to look at, and be the one vehicle that you can rely on to meet your demands, whether that be on pavement or in the snow or dirt. If you're a long-time subscriber to the channel, or have watched a number of other Subaru features we've put together over the years, you know that we consider the Subaru Forester as being the more family-friendly vehicle when compared to its siblings, like the Outback and Crosstrek. With the higher roofline, less aggressive center hump for the second row, and a good amount of overall leg and shoulder room, this crossover can accommodate up to 3 people in the back, which is not something we normally see in this segment. And better yet, average-sized adults should be comfortable enough where they're not dreading long road trips. For the rear cargo area, you're looking at right around 27 cubic feet of room behind the second row seats. And when they're folded, you have up to 70 cubic feet of space to work with. While not class leading by any means, you can load up your Forester with camping gear or skis and snowboards to have a fun weekend with friends and family. And it's that practicality as to why this crossover has become a popular option for buyers who may find some rivals not providing enough for their daily needs. When you think of Subarus, you envision traversing over terrain that's not pavement, whether that be dirt roads or deep snow. You may also associate these vehicles with being great all-around daily drivers that can handle anything you throw at it, thanks to Subaru's class-leading 8.7 inches of ground clearance for all their crossovers. However, maybe there's some of you that question if a standard Forester is good enough to take on the elements. And that's where the Wilderness comes into the picture as being an alternative to a Ford Bronco Sport or Jeep Renegade. Most of the improvements boils down to capability and utility, as you'll have an additional half inch of ground clearance for 9.2 inches overall, a towing capacity of 3,000 pounds compared to 1,500 pounds for all other Forester models, and also raised roof rails that can hold up to 220 pounds, which is a 45-pound improvement over your standard Forester, and 800 pounds when this vehicle is not in motion. It should be noted that the alterations Subaru made, amazingly, doesn't drastically affect ride quality, nor are you going to notice much of a difference if you currently own an older Forester. The longer coil springs and added shock absorbers don't spoil the on-road driving experience, and in fact, the only two drawbacks that the Wilderness has is the body roll in corners and the road noise that you'll hear at highway speeds because of the all-terrain tires. If you can overlook those key aspects when it comes to the driving dynamics and experience, you're going to find that the Forester Wilderness is better suited than the other trims Subaru offers. The difference between Subaru and most rival manufacturers is that buyers tend to be drawn in by the intangibles that a Forester, Outback, or Crosstrek provide, rather than being enticed by comfort features and interior technology. Specifically for the Forester, you can't go wrong with any other trims available, because regardless of whether you're driving off the lot in a premium or touring, you're still going to have the practicality and utility. Where the Wilderness sets itself apart is with the extra ground clearance, additional towing capacity, and being a more capable off-roader that we haven't seen from this crossover in the past. Then factor in available features such as the larger touchscreen, Harman Kardon premium audio system, panoramic moonroof, water-resistant fabric seats, and power liftgate, and this vehicle is pretty much offering all the essentials that make up a great value proposition for this price range. Even better, what is normally seen as being an average-looking crossover now has a distinct appearance that Subaru loyalists have been waiting for. Ultimately, the Forester Wilderness takes the best qualities from a standard model and improves them in a variety of ways to create the perfect family vehicle and possibly one of the best compact crossovers we've seen in this market. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a Forester or any other Subaru model, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.